And we're back. I replaced the seals on the piston. I left out the center one because I am dual feeding the direct drum. Got that set in. Used a lip wizard there to get it seated in. Lots of petroleum jelly to lubricate things up. I have heavy duty springs here for the direct and forward drums. They're for a trans brake setup. I am not going to be using the trans brake. However, I did go ahead and split half and half original stock springs with the heavier trans brake springs, give it a little more pressure on the release. It's a little quicker release on there. All I got to do is take this over the press and get the cup and retaining ring put on. Clutches are all checked out. Measured everything. I got 50 thousandths clearance, which is right in spec. So it'll be ready to go onto the forward drum. Alright, I got the direct drum, got the springs in, clip on, checking up my stack up on my forward drum. It is close, but I've got about a little less than I should have, about 20 thousandths it looks like. I'll have to measure it real quick. But I should be alright with that. It'll break in and open up anyway. So we'll get that put together. Tools here I'm working on the shop. Gotta get this one tested out after lunch. Got some current issues. And I'm starting to lay stuff out. We'll be back. Okay. Got my old seals removed. Get them out of here. Got my new ones. It says I dual fed the direct drum. I'm only going to put the first, second, and fourth one on. Leave the third one off, or second one off, whichever way you want to count them. But anyway, this is the first one down is left off when you dual feed. So I'm going to pack these grooves up, get those seals lubricated, installed. Probably using more than I really need, but in this particular case, certainly not going to hurt. Just gonna wipe and swipe it, rub it around in. So I'm only pretty much worried about the top one and the bottom two. Wipe my hand off here. Should probably put some gloves on, but I don't know. I always work better with my fingers. Now there is a cut in there, so make sure you don't do that with them. Carefully separate it. Bring it down. Work your way around. Put them together. Make sure you go together correctly. Second one, spot around kind of like a piston ring. Double check your cut, make sure your cut went in correctly. Everything on top, sure it is. Go ahead and do all that so they're all good and lubed up. Normally you drop all this in as an entire assembly. Given that I do not have that particular tool that allows that, I need to lubricate the shaft bushing. Make sure that's good and lubed too. Certainly don't want anything galling. I'm hoping to have this thing installed shortly. Everything's good and lubed up there. Get my bush at the bottom. Upside down. Oops. Whoops. I need to start over. Fortunately, there's no 5-second rule in this particular case. You just want to make sure it's perfectly clean, because trash in your transmission is not a good deal. Make sure it's in place. See it down there. That's in place. Well, at some point, this transmission has been apart. And as you can see, somebody's peened the piston in line with the bolt. I'm hoping to drop it down into place. Now mine is the wider center section. So it does not need a fret ring. Mine measures 370. Give it a twist. She drops in place. And we need to install the, where did I put that? Where did I put that bolt? Come on, look at that. Now I got my bolt in here somewhere. Uh-oh, there it is. All right. Center support bolt, the chain ring, the beveled retainer ring. The bevel does go up in this particular case. I will install the open end at 9 o'clock. I'll start spiraling this crazy sucker in here. Mind you, I'm not a transmission guy. I'm just a goofball playing around in my garage. I haven't torn a transmission down for 30 years. I was actually in school for automotives and then switched to electronics. Come on. Down there. And there we go. That's in, that's in, that's in. Bevel ring is in. Da, 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 da. Find my bolt in. Hopefully she goes in correctly. She's in. I'm feeling my not the same 3/8 socket 12 point I took out with. Get the other one out of my kit. It is the one I had. Does this one fit any better? No, it's too tight. Goodness, I should probably have made sure I had all my correct parts out here before I started goofing. Well, let's see here. That'll work. All right. A quarter drive 12 point. Find my 3/8 quarter adapter. Oops, I almost got stuff in the middle of it. All right, get in there. Snug. I will torque it up here shortly. Right now we're just doing assembly. And according to Sean from Mountain's Garage, who I've been following very, very closely on his builds, and I give him full credit for giving me the guts to even attempt to do mine, if it spins, you're close. Hey, it spins. Good deal. Let's see what we've got over here for clearance. All right. Good deal. All right. Did something correct. All right, at this point, put my remaining seals away. And I need to double check on my next step, which I'm believing should be the animated clutch. Be right back. Continuing, I've got my steels and clutches installed. Going to check my clearances, and I'm just below that shelf. So this is a FTI rebuild kit, and this I did select I wanted the 4 clutch intermediate. So we're good with that. It's made to roll with the setup. Now, there is also a 4L80 style 4 clutch, but that uses a slightly different thickness piston. So choose accordingly. Let's get these things lubed up and assembled. Alrighty, clutch is soaking. Drip off a little bit. I'm sure she'll be dripping transmission fluid before too long. Steel. Finding the right combination is a bit tricky. Drip off a bit. Seal in. Any better or more luck, or having better luck? Got it. We'll figure it out. Last clutch. Sitting about 20 thousandths below the lip piston. This way. All lined up correctly. click. Make sure you get that click. Otherwise, you got too much of a clutch stack up, and you'll burn out your clutches. It tells me it's sitting on its shelf. Again, we'll go ahead and wind in this new spring. Check the manual. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. I was correct. I had put the ring in incorrectly. I reviewed my PDF of the ATSG manual, and the retaining ring should be at the 3 o'clock position. I also torqued my center support bolt to 22 pound-feet, and that should complete the intermediate clutch. Now, for fun, you actually actuate it. Let's see what happens. Find my, well, people ran off with my tools again because I don't see my air gun, which is always here at my air station. Alrighty. Not there, not there, not there. Someone has moved my air gun. I don't know where they put it. I would assume it would be my oldest son, because he was over here last doing some stuff. And I'm sure he's put it in some well-meaning place where Dad can easily find it. Dad being Dad cannot easily find it because Dad keeps it out in the open. Anyway, I digress. I will find it later. But for now, I'm going to move on. I'm going to get my direct drum assembled and get my forward drum assembled. I'm not going to go film all that. It's going to take a while, get my hands messy, etc., etc. Let's see here. There's the intermediate clutch assembly in, snap rings in. That completes that. But we'll be right back once I go ahead and get this stuff assembled. Alright, I got my clutches and steels in. Did measure all this up at my shop. I've got about 50 thousandths clearance, which is right on spec for a 5 clutch set. And you hear that solid hit, which is what you want. You want to make sure that it's actually tied into to the landings. Spiral in my retaining ring. Great, snap in. There we go. Completes the direct drum. We'll need to put some more fluid in. Set up my sort of assembly table here for the Ford. Parts here. Get it upside down. Lay it down. Get some more fluid here. Again, I've got a 5 clutch kit. This transmission will be a, I guess what you would call a 554. Make sure I put put one of the thickest plates up against the piston. Drop it in. I guess I could have had that soaking. Oh well. Flip. Drain. Next one soaking. It in. There's steel. What's that wavy steel? I wonder if I won't need that or not. Anyway. That in. Clutch. Plate. Clutch. Plate. Clutch. Last plate. Last clutch. I'm about out of oil here. Alright. Clutch plate. Get my hands off here. Drum. Thrust washer. She's got to go get all these clutches lined up. Try to do that now. We'll be right back while I mess with this. Alright, got that set in. Thrust washer. I know y'all can't see this kind of off camera, but I don't know how much you can see. Thrust washer on. Sorry about that. Since this has got that long shaft out the front, I gotta hang it off the edge of the bench. ring around. And that does the forward drum. We'll need the wavy washer. Kit gives you the option for either. I don't need it, don't want it. Let's get the band put in. Pin. Drum. Okay, direct drum in. You can get it down on its clutches all the way. And then we're down all the way. Come on. Alright, we'll be back while I mess with this. Got the direct drum in, down through the intermediate clutch pack, and when it's set, hear a nice solid clunk. Means you're down through all the direct drum in. Same thing, kind of jiggle her in down the there we go. We get at least one more clutch to go through. There we go. Nope, still up. There goes another one. Still high. Do another one. And now the drums are just a hair apart. Everybody spins. And there's the Ford. We'll take a break. Gasket set up. I got some modifications yet to do to the front pump. So that's about as far as I can go with this for right now. Is that what's garage? If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, comment below. Just a guy in his garage having some fun, building my Jeeps, my Mustang, or my F100, or whatever else happens across my path. You all have a good day.